What's going on, guys? Billy here, and welcome back to another episode of Tech Talk Tuesday, the commentary series where I sit down and talk about anything technology related. Now, today's video is not going to be as much informational as much as actually going to be me asking you guys a question. Now, I've been flying drones for around 6 months now. I bought my first drone back in August. It was the Phantom 4, and since then, I've upgraded from the Mavic Pro and then now to the Phantom 4 Pro. So this thing has really gotten more serious, to me at least. Flying drones was like a hobby at first, and it really is still a hobby, but ever since then, I've started making money off of YouTube videos, started making money from my dad, making money from other people that he's referred me to, and now I'm kind of thinking about getting my drone license. Now, just to break everything down, there are basically two levels of pilots. First of all, we have our hobbyist pilot. That's just someone who went out, bought a drone, likes to have fun with it every once in a while, take it on a trip maybe with them, and share it with their family. And then we have the second level or second tier of pilots. These are basically the ones who are a little bit more professional and are looking to make money off of their drone. Now, regardless of which type of pilot you consider yourself, whether you're a hobbyist or a professional pilot, you are going to need to register your drone. It costs around $5 per drone, so I've spent around $15 so far. I registered my Phantom 4 and then my Mavic Pro and then the Phantom 4 Pro. You get a little slip, a little printout from the FAA, and then it gives you a number, and you're supposed to write that number on your drone. Now, if you are a professional pilot and you're making money off of the drone, you are going to need to take your drone license test. It is the Part 107 FAA test for small unmanned aircraft systems, and it's going to cost around $150 to take the test, and even if you fail, you don't get the money back. Now, in my opinion, I think that everyone should be required to take a drone license test, whether you're the guy down the road just looking to fly it in your backyard, or you're like me, who flies a drone almost on a daily basis. I can't get out every single day. But again, I think that everyone should be required to get some sort of drone license. And some people may be thinking, oh, well, I'm just looking to have fun with it outside in the backyard, not really going to take it anywhere. Why should I have to spend $150 on a test after I just bought an expensive drone and then have to study an 87-page PDF and then show up for a written test? And I do totally understand. I hear you guys. I think that the FAA should kind of regulate this. I think they should make different levels of tests. I think that would be pretty cool. As you guys know, with a license, if you're looking to drive a truck, you're going to have to take a certain test. If you're looking to drive a motorcycle, you have to take a certain test. So I think it'd be cool if they did something like that and implemented it with drones. Now, I'm just starting to think about this test thing a little bit more, and I do think it would be awesome if they had the different levels or different tiers of test. So let's say you're a hobbyist pilot, you can go out and take a test that is of no cost, obviously because you don't want to spend any more money just because you bought that expensive drone. But from there, you walk in, take the test, it's going to be 10 questions, and it's just kind of like a general safety and general knowledge test, just so that pretty much anyone can pass, but it does show that you have the capability to actually fly a drone. Now, if you do opt to take the more expensive test, therefore you kind of get access to different things that a hobbyist pilot wouldn't, such as obviously making money off of your drone, and then maybe just little things like maybe you are now allowed to fly over 400 feet because you took that whole test. You kind of know what's going on up in the air. I'm just kind of sitting back, I'm spitballing. I don't think that that would actually happen, but again, I do think it would be cool that you would maybe get more features or more responsibilities with the higher the license that you get. Now, my overall justification and the reasoning for making everyone take a drone pilot test is just because, first of all, I think it's unfair. Why should I have to spend $150 just because I'm making money off of my drone? Now, I don't mean to sound cocky. I mean, I know that anybody has the power to make money off of their drone, but I've just put in the work and the time in order to do so, and they can be pretty dangerous. Now, although they're like toys, I guess they're like adult toys, they still can cause a lot of pain and can cause a lot of damage. I know that for me, I've hit the propellers a couple of times by accident, don't ask how, but I do have a scar on the back of my finger, and that hurt so bad. But I'm really not the one to go around and be a stickler for safety. I'm not ripping people in the forums if they're flying over 400 feet, and I'm not like going on people's YouTube videos, seeing that they're flying in a place that they shouldn't, and commenting, a really long, mean comment. I really do hate those kind of people, and if you are one of those people, I do respect you for it. I do think that it's awesome you're trying to make the drone community safe, but I usually try to stay out of people's space and out of their business. Let them do them, and as long as they're being responsible with their drone, I really have no problem with it. So after doing a little breakdown and giving my opinion, I now have some questions for you guys. So basically, I plan to take the Part 107 FAA test sometime during the summer. Right now, I am at school, and I'm doing a bunch of studying for classes, and I don't need to add this test to my studying list. So I'm going to kind of put this on the back burners. I'm going to look to do it sometime during the summer, and maybe call up, try to get an appointment to take the test so I can schedule it in advance, and I don't have to wait a whole nother week because I put it off. So basically what I'm asking is if you have taken the FAA Part 107 test or whatever it's called, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments. If you guys can give me any pointers or any tips, that would be awesome. And for those of you who maybe haven't taken the test or are looking to take the test, I'd also like to hear from you guys down in the comments. Let me know what you think of the test as a whole. Do you think that my idea would be good, having everybody take a test and just kind of have different levels? Because in my opinion, I think that sounds pretty cool. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. So guys, that about wraps this video up. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here, as I have been trying to upload daily. Also, make sure to leave a comment down below, as I just said. Let me know what you think of the FAA test if you have or have not taken it yet. But again, that's about it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.